Stardust.
What's going on, guys? My name is Stardust, and today I'm here with my friend Dre the OG. Dre, say what's up.
Going on, gang?
All right, so here we are starting with our own zombies tier list. It's including every zombies map, not just Treyarch maps. So we're just gonna start it off. Nocturne Toin. Where do we put that? Where would you put that?
Dude, Noct? Oh, God. I mean, it's not my first zombies map I ever played, but
Yeah, it's
it is
it's
it's very nostalgic to
it is
me.
very nostalgic. Yes, it's a very basic map. Like there's not a lot going on, but it's still a good map. So for me personally, I think I'd put it in B.
Honestly, for me, I would have to put it in C, I would have to say.
All right. So this first one is mine, and this second
Yup.
one right here is Andre's. Andre, are you seeing them switch over?
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
So you see the
Yeah.
two different ones, right? You see the two different ones?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Next up is Verrucht.
Oh, God. Varrock, man. Honestly, I thought it was really cool how there would be one player starting on one side, then another on the other side. Or if you were playing with four people, you'd have two people starting on one side, then the other two starting on the other side. I would have to say. Which I thought was pretty cool,
You know
honestly.
what? I think Verrucht, in terms of like how it feels, is literally the scariest map there is. There is no
Oh,
other map
absolutely.
scarier than
Like,
Verrucht.
like literally in the one starting room, there's a dentist chair or
Oh
whatever
my!
it is.
You know how much I
Oh,
hate that thing too, though.
yeah.
But this is also the first map to have perks on it too.
Exactly.
But to be
Honestly,
fair, like for me, as cool as the map is, it's a hard map.
yeah, I would agree.
It doesn't play the best, but it is a very cool looking map. So like,
It's extremely close quarters.
I'd put it in C. Where would you put it?
I would probably put it in C as well.
All right. I love Verrucht, but it's like it's a
I feel
cool
like there's
map.
better maps.
There are better
So to
maps, yeah.
say.
I mean, like I'm not super nostalgic to that map because I barely played it so much because I was so freaked out by it. But
Yeah.
aesthetic wise, it is the best like feeling, scariest map there is.
Yup. Agreed.
All right, so next is Shino Numa. I have to put this in A for me. I love Shino Numa.
Honestly, I would as well. That map, I think, was by far one of the coolest maps I think we have ever gotten. Like a swamp theme,
And it was the first
honestly,
one with Japanese people too, or like Japanese zombies.
yeah, you have all the Japanese shit just in the one building. I think there was Japanese
The
writing or
Wonderwaff, the
whatever it was on
Wonderwaff.
the walls.
That was the first map with the Wonderwaff too.
Exactly, and you still have the perks.
And it was the first map with our characters too. Like that was the first
And I
map with
feel
the
like
original characters.
I might come off as saying this too, but I feel like it's honestly the first map that really started training and shit too.
Oh,
Like
by
training
far.
zombies.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can't train in Noct and Verrucht. You have to camp.
No. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So we're both in agreement that Shino Numa is an A. And by the
Yeah.
way, this includes all versions. So this is World at War, Black Ops 1, and Black Ops 3.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
All right, so that goes for all remakes, or that goes for all remasters. I put like Tog and Blood of the Dead in here because they're different enough where I feel like they're their
Yeah.
own maps.
Oh, yeah. Blood of the Dead is definitely different compared to Mob of the Dead. I
Yeah,
would have to
so
say.
yeah, that's why I did put those two. So next is Die Rise. I have a
You mean
I
Therese?
oh, I'm sorry, yes, Therese. My God. Let's see where you would put it first, since we're already on you. Where would you
I'm
put
gonna be honest.
Therese?
Therese was pretty nostalgic for me too. Honestly, I would have to put it in S tier, dude.
Yeah,
Honestly.
yeah.
I mean, it was the very first map that introduced Pack-a-Punch.
You see, that's the thing. Like each one of these maps, like first it was Noct with
Yup,
nothing. I mean, it had the ray gun. That was pretty much it.
yup.
And then we get Vrocked with perks. Then we get Shino Numa with the Wonder Waff in our characters. And, Darius comes out with a pack. And this also includes the Giant, too. And the Giant's really fun with Gobblegum.
Oh, extremely. And even getting the Annihilator, like Wonder Weapon. Or
Yes.
like the. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a really cool looking map. Like, it's like in a weird German scientist. It's really the first map, too, to have, like, a story to it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even the intro for the Giant, like that, let alone itself, was like something like new for us, you know? Like
I'm
it gave us a little bit of a backstory, which
Yeah.
was cool.
I'm gonna put it in actually double S. I think it's super superior.
All right.
Uh,
Yeah. I'm going to probably keep mine in
Actually, you
S
know
tier.
what? I'm gonna bump it down to S tier too. Actually,
Yeah.
but for the next map, Kino, I'm putting in super superior. Kino,
Oh,
I
yep. I
all right,
same.
all right.
Same.
Kino is one of those maps where I think it's perfect on every level.
This is just coming from me saying though too, and this was my very first zombies map I ever played. So of course I'm gonna put it in double S,
Yeah,
and
I
I
mean,
have the most memories on it.
first map to have the Thunder Gun.
Yup.
First map. It wasn't first map to really make zombies mainstream, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, they brought back teleporters from Darius. They brought
Yup.
back the Pack-a-Punch from Darius. And it was a
Yup.
whole new set of Black Ops weapons, and the Black Ops weapons were crazy.
They were, dude,
I mean,
honestly.
the RPK, the Galil, the FAMAS.
Oh yeah, the HK-21. Oh my god.
A
The
lot of,
list just goes on and on.
I mean, a lot of great spots to train at it too. But it's also
Yup.
like, it was scary too. Like it had that scary vibe to it.
It was also the first map that I believe that no wait, no, that was Jerice. I was gonna say it was the first map that introduced the Bowie knife, but that was Jerice.
It did have the crossbow and the other knife. I forgot what it's called though. Can't think of the life of me. The one you shoot out, the ballistic knife.
Yes, the ballistic knife.
Yes, it had like those weird special weapons. So it was like the first map to really do that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. So next up is 5. Where would you put 5?
5 I would actually have to put in double S tier as well. Like that map
Really?
to me is super nostalgic. Like I think that was the second map that I of course honestly played.
All right, but do you think it's
Um
you not just based on nostalgia? Do you really think it's that good of a map?
I mean it's a good map. I don't know maybe if it's the best.
Because
I don't I think I would have to
SS is like,
I think I would buff it down to like maybe A tier,
all right.
honestly.
Because SS is like the best of the best maps, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, all right. 5. Great song. It's an Eminem song. If you ever, I think I would put it in. I put it in B actually. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in. I don't know. I have a
think
hard time putting it in
though
A
how
and
we
B.
got the
I'll put it in
we
A.
got like JFK, like Fidel
Yeah, I was
Castro.
gonna say I was gonna put in B, but then I remembered the
Like I
characters.
think those were like the best characters we have ever like
The ca-
seen in these maps.
Really, the characters are like, yeah, great.
Yeah, they're spot on.
Yeah, and like okay, for me, it's a really hard map. It's not an
Oh,
easy
it's an
map,
extremely hard map.
but just because it's a hard map doesn't necessarily make it a bad map.
No.
When I
I
was
really feel
younger,
like though there's really only one training spot though on the map, and that's in the second area.
see, when I
I would
was
have to
younger,
say.
I didn't really like 5, but looking back on it, what was like really cool about 5 was the fact
Mhm.
that do you remember in the starting room how like the barriers were like glass?
Yeah, that was
It
cool.
it's such a small detail, but it's really cool and it makes it really I don't know, it definitely makes it better in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree.
It has a lot of like cool little nuances, especially to the campaign, a lot of references to the campaign.
Yup.
I'm going to say the Wonder Weapon sucks though. Let's be real. The
Yup.
Winter's Howl is not very
Oh, it's
good.
god awful. And that's also in Varrocked as well, too. I don't know. I think we
Oh,
forgot to mention that.
you're right. You're right. So just because of the terrible Wonder Weapon, I'm bumping it down to B.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
you
that's
you keep it in
understandable.
A. You keep it in A. All right. Next up is Ascension.
Ascension. Whew. I think that was the last map I ever played when I first got Black Ops, I want to say. Um honestly, I probably would keep it an 8 here, honestly.
Really.
Yeah.
It
I
starts off black and white, which is cool,
I
interesting.
think that concept was really cool, and I thought it was really cool how you could like launch the rocket and shit, and then
Yeah,
shoot it down if you had the ray gun. Like
it
that,
definitely it
cool.
felt it felt really based off the multiplayer map, which isn't a bad thing,
Agreed.
launch. But
Yeah,
you
launch
definitely could tell where the inspiration came from.
and
The
the
mo-
campaign, I would have to say,
yeah.
as
Oh, of course. There was a mission where you actually had to shoot
yeah,
down the rocket.
yeah, exactly.
The monkeys were super annoying. Let's be real. They took your
Oh my
perks
god,
away.
those things were god awful. I
So,
don't even want to think about those things.
um, I want to say it's the first map that also introduced the death machine as like a
And it
pickup.
also introduced the black holes.
That is very true.
Those things were godly if
This
you
might
knew what
be
you were doing with
this
them.
might be controversial, but I'm putting it in S tier because I think it's such a fun map. Like besides the monkeys, the monkeys are
I think
probably
it's
like
definitely a map to play with people on. Like
it
you
is.
definitely don't
It
want to be
is.
playing it solo. It's
No, not
not one of those
really.
kind of maps.
It's a very easy map, which is
It
you
is.
know
And I think the one training spot too, where like the
the
oh god.
landers.
Yeah, the one training spot where the one lander is so overpowered. Like
Yes, but even like that's the thing. Even though that's like obviously like one of the best training spots on the map, there's still other like decent training spots.
oh, 100%.
Like Pack a Punch, even the spawn room. If you know what as long
Oh,
as
the
you don't get
spawn room
killed by
is
the
yeah,
thing,
that's another easy spot as well.
as long as you don't get killed by the spinny thing. Let's be real though.
Oh, that's happened to me multiple
Yeah,
times.
we're more than we care to admit. Okay,
Exactly.
Call of the Dead. What do you think?
Honestly, great set of characters.
All
George was
celebrities.
probably the most annoyingest thing on the
Yeah,
map.
I
A
know.
hundred percent.
George was terrible,
I think
and
if George was not on the map, though, I think that would definitely get S tier, maybe even double S tier. But
I like agree with that like a lot. Like personally, all right. So personally, I'm putting it in S tier. I don't really know if it deserves S tier. That might be controversial. The three main
I
downsides of Call of the Dead are the map is really gray. It's not colorful at all.
know, and the snow, like when it covers up the whole map, is
It's
really
so hard to
annoying
see. Yeah,
too.
that and George Romero. But
Yup, I'm
you
putting
gotta.
it in A tier.
All right,
That's
that's fair.
my yup.
You gotta say though, if George Romero was out of the map, how
It
easy?
probably would be one of the best maps of all
I
time.
would
I
agree, but
think.
how easy do you think it would be too? Like
Honestly, that's the
super
other thing
easy.
too. I mean, and you got to think about this too. Like, it's a huge map. Like, it's probably one of the biggest
And
maps
you know what?
at that time
That's
of
a
its
good
time.
thing and a bad thing though, because you know what? It's kind of hard to traverse the map a little bit. I mean, they have the zip line and they have the flinger, but Jug is so far away from spawn. It's
That is
ridiculous.
very true, honestly. And I think one of the farthest perks I think is Mule Kick on like the edge of
Oh
like
my
the
god, it's
ship.
and do you remember how that one mystery box spot too? It's literally at the end of the ship,
Yeah,
as
it's right
far away as you
across
can
from
get.
Mule Kick. Yeah,
I know I mean, that's why I personally think Call of the Dead is such a fun map, but like it has its problems. It has its
agreed.
problems.
Agreed. Honestly.
All right, now this map is going to be a really hard one to put. Shangri La.
Oh God. Honestly, I like Shangri-La. I mean, I don't think it was honestly the best map. I mean,
It wasn't the
there's
best
definitely better
map,
maps out there.
yeah, but it's a.
Um,
I used to hate Shangri La. I'll be honest. If I was
yeah,
like 5 years ago, I'd probably put it in F. But I've
yeah.
grown. I've grown over time. I've kind of appreciated it
By far
because
though, I think it has one of the coolest wonder weapons though.
yeah, I was gonna
Honestly.
say the Wonder Weapon
Gun,
really
that
makes it.
cool as fuck, dude.
I really like the spawning room because you can see Pack-a-Punch from the spawn room, you know? But it's like
Yeah,
up
that
this
was
like
cool
grand
too.
temple, you know?
Yeah.
And the gongs,
Oh
boom,
yeah, you could like hit the gong
and like
too. That was
spam
pretty
it.
cool. Honestly, I thought the waterfall too was pretty cool to see too when you'd
Yeah,
open
and
up that one
remember
area.
yeah,
I
remember
thought that
how
was
there was like
cool.
a trap that you didn't even have to buy too?
Yeah, that too.
There was
And
the mine cart
there was like the mine cart.
and even a slide. I think there was a
Yeah,
slide.
there was like the water slide that you could go on too, which was pretty cool.
It's a very hard map, but it's got a
Yeah.
lot of cool features. One thing I gotta talk about the sand pits though, man. I hate that
Oh
thing.
yes, those like yeah, and even the traps too at like the edge of the doorways. Those
You know,
things were just
those were
annoying.
annoying. They weren't necessary. They weren't terrible, but they were annoying.
Yeah,
I don't
honestly,
know.
I would agree.
I have a hard time putting Shangri-La. I don't know where exactly I'd put it.
I would probably put it for me maybe at C or D.
All right, which one, C or D?
I think I'm gonna put it at C tier
All
just
right,
because of the baby gun.
I'm gonna put it at B tier in my opinion. I
All
think it's
right.
I like the map a lot, but like if this was like 5 years ago, I'd put it in F. So I understand what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Yup.
All right, next one is controversial. I'm gonna say it. I'm putting Moon at D.
Honestly, man, I'm probably gonna put Moon at probably B tier. Yeah, B tier.
All right, so let's talk about Moon because there's a lot to it, a lot of good and a lot of bad.
Okay. Well, I think one of the first things we need to point out is the astronaut guy. Like that
Ooh, yeah.
that is really annoying, and it's also a pain in the ass to
All
kill
right.
him sometimes.
Well, the thing is, he takes away your perks, right?
Yup.
And the thing about Jug on this map is it's at the same location as Speed Cola, so you don't know if you're gonna get Jug or not.
Yeah, but like the thing is, like, if you get Speed Cola in like the beginning there, you're gonna have to wait to go back later on back to
Yeah,
spawn,
I know.
and you might not even get Jug. Like, there's no guarantee on it.
And the thing about it is, right? You
Yep.
let's say you do get Jug, then you accidentally run into the astronaut, which happens because of the low gravity, right? Or
Yeah.
the fact that you're running through the tunnels, you just turn the corner and he grabs you. You
Yep.
know, now you got to go all the way back to Area 51 to get Jug, and who knows, you might get Speed Cola.
Exactly. Exactly.
So like that's why I'd put it at D tier. That and the fact that I always seem to be low on ammo, dude. I don't know what it is about Moon. I always seem to be low on ammo on Moon. I never get
I
good
get
guns.
that.
Like the
Honestly,
Zap gun
though,
though makes the
yeah,
map.
that's what's holding me back though. Like the Zap gun was like that was by far one of the coolest wonder weapons too that we also got.
I
I
mean,
would
it's
have
a
to
really
say.
cool concept. The Easter egg is we haven't talked much about Easter eggs, but the Moon Easter egg is amazing.
Yes,
You
that's by far from what I've heard. Not played it,
you
but
blow
it's
up the Earth, right? You know,
yeah,
you do all this crazy
it's pretty
shit. It's
sick.
not it's not a very hard Easter egg. There's a lot to it. It's not necessarily super hard. You can do it solo,
Even
which is
like
cool.
Samantha says, I think that's really like
Yeah.
cool too.
No, I totally agree. So like I gotta say this one thing though. The best it has a great training spot, but the jump pads. Oh my god, the jump
Oh,
pads
the jump
always
pads are
kill
also
me.
annoying, and those can actually kill you too if you're
Well,
like
I know, and the thing is,
clumsy.
like, even in the Black Ops 3 version, you don't have PhD because at least in Black Ops 1, you can get PhD and you won't take fall damage, you know.
Exactly.
But in Black Ops 3, it's Widow's Wine, so the jump pads like there's no way to counter the jump pads. At least in Black Ops 1, there's PhD, so you get PhD, which is not even that expensive, you know, and the jump pads won't kill you. Now the Biodome is probably the best training spot in Black Ops 1, besides like the Kino stage.
Oh, exactly.
Black Ops
Yeah,
3, it's terrible because you can't get PhD.
exactly. Even
Like
though Widow's Wine is a really good perk, I
it
would still
is.
love PhD.
Yeah, you need PhD on Moon because it's such a close quarters map that like
Mm-hmm.
you need to like upgrade Mustang and Sally or something because it's so close quarter combat.
Oh yeah,
But it is a really cool map. Like, you can't deny that. So,
yeah. That's what's holding me back. Because I mean, I think the theme of it's really cool. The zap guns
the
are
Zap Gun,
really
yeah.
cool.
The
Um,
Easter egg's awesome.
yeah, and the cool thing that was I thought that was cool was that you could put on like astronaut suits from the moon. Like that was even cool as
Yeah, you
well.
know what? And I mean, like, even the QED, the Gersh device, the hacking device, it had a lot of cool features in it, too.
Yeah, it introduced a lot of shit. Like honestly,
All right, talked about a moon a lot because it's a very controversial map. A lot of people think it's the greatest map ever. I don't think it is, but it's a fun map. I just
I'd say
can't
it's
get
an
behind
average
it.
map. That's what I
Yeah,
would
I
say.
can't get behind it, but it definitely has its aspects to it. Area
It's got its
51's so
pros and
cool though.
cons.
Area 51's really cool.
Oh, agreed.
But how many times have we died from that too, you know?
That's true. I remember when I would always get in with like random players as a kid.
Yeah,
Like,
and they don't get on the yeah, they always want to like show off. They don't get on the
yeah, they
telepad and it
always
just
want to
kills
like show
everybody.
off in the Area 51 area and like shit.
Yeah,
Oh
because
my god.
the problem with the Area 51 is you can't teleport unless all the players are on it. You know?
Yes.
So a lot of
Yes.
times in public match, if like someone doesn't get on it, it just screws the whole game.
Exactly.
Which you don't think about a lot, but like you and me used to play public matches all the time together at your house, and we ran into
Exactly.
problems like that all the time.
Exactly. What was with all the maps, dude?
Yeah, but like you never ran into problems like that in Kino or Five. Like
No, but
maybe
like,
some asshole would
yeah,
like buy the elevator without you, you know. But
yeah,
in Moon, you can just get screwed over by one person, like literally ruin the
exactly.
game.
Like you literally have to have all four players on that fucking teleporter at start.
All right, so next is Transit, Andre.
Oh god.
This includes Turned. This includes Town. This includes Farm. This includes everything, though.
I'm putting it at D tier, honestly.
I'm gonna put it at D tier too. I don't think there's much we have to say about that. I think everyone knows why we have it at D tier. I don't.
Exactly.
I will say this about Transit. I don't think it's worthy of F tier. There are fun
No.
aspects to it, you know.
If you're including everything, like there's no way you can put it in F tier. Like you just
Especially
can't.
because it's kind of fun to play once in a while with a group of friends. Like solo
It
is
is.
god awful, but with a group of
Yeah,
friends and
no.
Town Survival is
If
not
you were
even that
talking about
bad.
solo strictly, it would definitely be on F tier.
Yeah.
Like, no doubt about that.
And Town Survival isn't even that bad. Like it's basic, but it's
It's
something
fun.
fun to do.
You can
Yeah,
actually play it by yourself as well. Like
yeah.
just to like
That's worth playing solo.
yeah.
All right, next up would be Nuketown.
Nuketown I thought was a fun map too.
It does have the random perks.
Yeah.
It's to me.
Honestly,
I'll be honest. Nuketown's a
I
fun
thought it was a
map.
hard map.
It
I'm
is
gonna be
hard.
honest
It's
with
very
you.
hard.
It's probably one of the hardest maps out there that we've gotten. Like
It's
honestly.
weird because it's great for training,
It
but
is.
it's hard because of like the fact that you get random perks. Especially
Uh,
like some of the fucking pack a punch locations on that map are
I
terrible.
I feel like too, like pretty much have to rely on the box when it comes to getting guns, because the
Yeah,
wall
there's
the
no wall weapons really
gun
worth on it.
terrible.
Yeah,
Absolutely terrible
yeah.
map. I think there's only three, and I think there's only the B23R, and I think the MP5, and I think that's pretty much it,
I think there's
honestly.
some more, but up in the
There
like
might be
upper
more.
rooms, but they're not even worth getting or
Yeah,
explaining.
no, they aren't.
The cool thing about Nuketown is it's the only map I know in zombies to have the M27 though.
That is very true. Yes, that gun was exclusive to that map. And plus, I think, um, oh wait, that was with another map. But yeah, yeah.
So it's a hard map. It's an annoying map, but I mean, okay. The thing about Nuketown is I was kind of disappointed. I thought it was very bare bones. I feel like they could have
I
done
feel
way
like they
more with it.
extended the map though. That's what I feel like
I
they
know,
could have
especially
done.
the bunker. I was really
Yeah,
hoping they would do something with the bunker, and they didn't. I mean, Alpha
honestly.
Omega is another story, and we'll get to that. But
Yep.
Nuketown to me was kind of disappointing, but in the end, I mean, it's Nuketown. You can't really expect much from it. It's a hard map. It's kind of an annoying map, but it's like, what more can they
Agreed.
do with Nuketown? I mean, I'd put it at C tier. Oh, wait.
Yeah, honestly, I would too.
All right, good, because I accidentally moved yours, but good. All right, C tier. Next is Die Rise, the very tall building map.
Die Rise, this was maybe back maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. I probably would put that map at F tier.
Yeah, I know.
Honestly.
See, that's the thing. Die Rise has kind of grown on me.
I
Um,
feel like it's a map like that you get lucky on or that you just don't get lucky on at
yeah,
all.
you
Like
either do
it's kind
really
of just
good or
like a
really
luck
bad.
based map. That's what I feel like.
With again, and this is a big problem, is like the random perks.
Yeah, that
It
too
does
is
have Who's Who.
yes.
That's a great quality about it. I like Die
Yep.
Rise for the fact that, like, once you know more about the map, there's so many secret hidden passageways and like ways like where you can build like the flinger and like fly from building to building.
Oh yeah, I thought that was cool
But
too.
it's like really hard to do and it's really risky too.
Oh yeah, because you could honestly die from it and
I
shit.
mean, there are a lot of ways to fall off this map, like a lot of
Oh, it's
ways.
happened to me like dozens of times. Like,
And that's a really annoying way to die too, especially with the elevators. Those can be very annoying.
oh yeah, and I
But
thought it was cool too how like when the mystery box spawns and
it's upside down.
yeah, that it's upside down.
That
I
is
thought that
very
was really
cool.
cool that they did that.
It's one of these maps too where it's like you have to move you have to move the map in a very certain way.
Yeah.
Like if you're at spawn, you gotta go down, and then you gotta get to the roof, and then you gotta go back to spawn, and then like you
Yep.
gotta go back to the mystery box. You can't really go in reverse, you know?
I don't. I for so to say, it's definitely not a map though that I would play by myself. Like, there's
I
no
would
way I
not.
would do it.
I like it though. It's grown on me. I don't know much
And
about the
honestly,
Easter
though,
egg.
yeah. And the other thing I'm gonna say is too, the pre-patch soliquifier. That thing was probably
Sliquifiers.
on ever.
Well, you know what the really cool thing about the Sliquifier is it's the wonder weapon on the map and it's super easy to build.
It is.
And you have the bank system on Die Rise, so like if
That's
you really want to,
true.
you can like round
You
one.
also have that with transit, which we probably forgot to mention.
Yeah, it's in Barry too, but
Yep.
the thing about Die Rise is you can get to the bank on round one, which you really can't do in transit.
No,
Die
not at
Rise, you can
all.
take the elevator, go straight to the bank, and take all your money out. So
Yeah.
like round one, and then you can build this liquefier again. Round one. So like round one, you can have the wonder weapon of the map. You can pack a
Yep.
punch your guns, and like it's crazy. If you really think about it, it's crazy. You can pack a punch your guns and have this liquefier round one. So for that, I'm putting it in C tier.
Honestly, yeah. Yeah, I would probably put it in C tier as well.
Alrighty. Next, next up, Mob of the Dead. I mean, it's double
That's
S for
double
me.
S tier
Yeah,
easily.
that was the first map we've
Probably
ever
by
completed
far
the
one of
Easter
the
egg.
best Easter eggs.
Yeah,
Yep.
we've done it. We did it like twice. The first time we did it, we literally did it like again. We did it like 2 or 3 times in a row.
And I literally did it when I was at my cousin's house. Like, that's probably how easy it was.
It was super easy, but at the same time, it made sense. The steps were really cool.
They were, and the characters probably were by far one of the best characters we've ever gotten.
I
Probably in
mean,
the
yeah, next to like five, totally.
next to like five, Call of the Dead. Oh god, dude! Like
They were
honestly,
awesome. And they were unique too. They were like really unique characters. Like Five and Call of the Dead were based on real people, but these were like unique characters to Call of Duty.
oh yeah. And I thought it was cool that you could actually get the death machine like as an actual
That is
gun
true. That
too.
was the first map where you can get the death machine as like an actual gun, and it had the Tommy gun too, which I don't think was on
And the
any other map.
AK-47 as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
That was
It had a lot
cool.
of unique guns, and the
And
bridge
the
where you
mini
could pack a
Uzi,
punch.
that thing was so good too.
The tomahawk too. The tomahawk was crazy. You can
Oh,
even upgrade the tomahawk.
up. And I think it was all. It might have been the first map. No, wait, no, that was. But it also had the buildable shield on it as well.
Well, you know what? It was the very first map that I know of where you didn't have where you can have multiple parts at once.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
in Transit and Die Rise, you had to pick up a part, build it, and then run back and pick up another part. But in Mob of the Dead, you could just pick up all the parts at once and then build it,
yeah.
which completely changed the game. Ever since
Oh,
that
easily.
totally changed the game. Because now you can just grab all the parts at once and then just build the shield. And
Yup.
I mean, like, let's just talk about the Acid Gat in the Blunder Gat. One of
That
the,
thing was so good.
I mean, in my opinion, one of the coolest Wonder Weapons there ever is. Especially with
Yup.
the Electric Cherry in the training spot in the cafeteria.
That
You
was
just,
the other thing. Electric Cherry was, and that perk was really good as
I
well.
love that perk. I still use that perk to this day.
Yup.
We forgot to mention this too, but Deadshot Daiquiri was introduced on, was that Ascension or Call of the Dead?
I think that might have been Shangri-La.
It
Maybe.
was in Call of the Dead. I know Deadshot Daiquiri was in Call of the
Oh,
Dead.
yeah, maybe
It was
it
at
was
the
Call
top.
of the
It was
Dead
at the
then.
top of the lighthouse. Remember?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yup.
And Transit introduced Tombstone.
Which probably was by far one of the worst perks ever.
Yeah, that's probably why we didn't really talk about Transit that much. But I mean, let's put it simple. Mob of the Dead is double S. There's no
Yup.
getting around it.
Agreed.
Buried is next.
S tier. Buried is on S tier for me. And
Really?
honestly, I'm gonna say this. I
Oh,
think the witches were probably the most disappointing thing on that map. But besides that, I think it was a map that had a lot of potential for it. And
I
it
mean,
still does.
it's a great map. The reason why the witches are on the map, let's be real though, is the map is way too easy. It's a very
That is
easy map.
very true.
It has the
Literally, that's
AN94 and the SVU. You can get the LSAT like in spawn pretty much. It's not easy to get, but you
yeah.
can get it. It's got
Right.
it's got the paralyzer, amazing.
By far, probably one of the best wonder weapons.
I believe Buried also introduced the ray gun Mark II, if I'm not mistaken. And then they put it in all
It
the other
did,
maps. But
and it got added to all the other maps as well. If you
yeah,
had that map pack,
and also there was a Julian guy in the jail,
that's true.
and you
Yep.
could like feed him the candy and the alcohol, and he could like move the box for you. He could like get crawlers for you. He would like do shit like that. He could
Yeah.
build the parts for you,
Exactly.
which was, I mean, it was a really cool invention and an idea. I mean, Buried was super innovative, and let's talk about the Pack-a-Punch maze. Like, it was
That was
annoying.
probably the other thing too.
It
That
was
kind
an
of
it was annoying, but it added a unique layer to the map because it changed every game. So
true.
every game felt somewhat different in Buried. Like,
Yeah.
it was annoying. The maze was annoying, but you can't just like run to Pack-a-Punch. You had to find your way through the maze, and it was different every time. And that's a really unique thing about Buried. Like, I don't think any other Call of Duty map did that, where it
That's
changes every time.
what about Buried was you could literally get the freaking LSAT LMG literally at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
And then again, it had the bank, so you could pretty much Pack-a-Punch it round one.
pretty much, yeah. If you really wanted to, and literally camp in the spot, and you literally would be set.
And let's not
But
like forget that the witches gave you a free perk too.
that is very true too. On like the witches round,
Yeah, I mean they gave you two free perks. They gave you one for going through the house and one for coming back into the house. So you get pretty much two free perks.
yeah,
So if you already have all four of your perks, then go to Pack-a-Punch. You get
Yup.
six perks.
yeah,
It's weird because like Barry, there's so many different ways to play. But I think a lot of people play it the same way where they camp at Jug, which is kind of disappointing. But at the same time, like, how could you not? It's so easy to get up to
you
rounds.
literally could get to like round 40 in probably like over an hour if you
Oh,
really wanted
of
to.
course, yeah. And also, it has Turned. Remember Turned? It was pretty fun on Turned.
Turned was really fun. I
It
would
was
say.
way better on Buried than it was on Transit.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Honestly,
I don't really know what else. For me, all right, I'm gonna put Buried probably at B. I think it's a fun
okay,
map. Um, I mean, I don't really have much to
Got
say
the
about it.
revolver too, which I thought was pretty cool
That is,
from the
yeah.
back.
I don't really have much to say about Buried. To me, it's a very interesting map. It's like it's got ups, it's got downs. It's
Yep.
it's kind of one of those maps where you play where you just get on for fun. That's really Buried. You just get on it for fun.
Yeah, honestly, I would agree with that.
All right, so next we have is Origins. So,
I think that's probably double S tier, honestly.
I mean, yeah, I would have to say the same. Like, I might put it in S tier, but I think I'll put it in double S.
I think it's worthy of double S
I
tier.
think it is. I think it's not a perfect map by any means, but
No,
it's such. It doesn't need to be a perfect map because it's such a fun map.
it really is. And I think the starting pistol was probably one of the coolest things,
Well,
and
it
probably
was
one of the
super
coolest
unique.
guns to pack a punch as
It
well.
was the Mauser was so unique. You know,
Yep.
it didn't have. It kind of felt like to me it felt like the Ray Gun Mark II because it didn't have splash damage. Instead, it was like piercing. It would go through zombies.
Yeah, definitely.
The Pack a Punch camo was awesome, just
Oh,
awesome.
agreed. Agreed. Yep.
I mean, the robots were really cool. They'd kill you, but if you knew how to avoid them, it wasn't bad. The Panzer was annoying, but he was manageable. You know,
Agreed.
like the
And
Pan.
honestly, that was the first map too. We also got 4 wonder weapons that all our players could
Yeah,
obtain.
I know. Like, think about how crazy that is. The only
Yeah.
ever gun that could happen with is the ray gun up until Origins. And they all
Yeah.
had their own unique elemental abilities too, and they had like unique quests to do it.
Yup. I think by far the best one I think was probably the electric, I wanna say though.
Always thought the ice one was really cool too. I mean, they're all really good.
The
Like, I don't
electric
think anyone
yeah,
is bad.
yeah. Maybe other than the wind, but
But
eh,
it's I mean, it's still like it was still a
still
one shot up until like the 20 somethings, and then it was just a two shot.
yeah.
So like not terrible, not terrible by any
Yeah.
means. I don't even know
Yup.
remember what does the regular staff even do? Like just the regular staff. I don't even remember.
God, honestly I don't even know.
Because as soon as
Honestly.
you got the staff, you just upgrade it. You never even really
Yeah,
use just
pretty
the regular
much.
staff.
I really don't even know what the difference is. Honestly, I could not tell you. But I think that map also had probably some of the best wall weapons as well too.
I
Like
know,
the
dude. The
MP40,
STG,
the SCG. Yup.
MP40. Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
Pack a Punch was really cool too. It was like in this
Yeah.
like weird cave thing, or no, there was like it was above the weird cave, and then in the weird cave was like where the staves were, and it
Yeah.
just the whole map kind of flowed. There was the tank that drove around. Like the staffs were pretty easy to get and build too, which I liked.
Yup.
So it was definitely like one of the most probably unique maps, especially with the crazy place. Like it was like one of the most out there maps, and just for that, that's why it's double S.
Oh yeah. And I'm sure the Easter egg is probably one of the best ones too.
Well, the cool thing
Even
about the Easter egg is
though,
all of the steps are based on the Vorkuta mission from Black Ops 1.
now that I actually did not know.
Yeah, so like step 1 is like free the prison. I don't remember it exactly, but like Reznov in the Vorkuta mission had like 7 steps to escape the prison, and
Hmm.
the same 7 steps are the steps in Origins. They're actually like named after the Vorkuta mission from Black Ops
I think
1.
one of the coolest buildables on that map though was by far the Dragonfire drone thing though. Like that,
Oh yeah, the Maxis drone.
yeah, that was probably the coolest thing on that map. And honestly, even the airstrike things when you'd throw them and like all like the bombs and shit would come down and stuff, like that that was pretty cool too, honestly.
Yeah, I totally agree. So next we're going up into Advanced Warfare Zombie. Or no, yeah, Advanced Warfare Zombies. The
All
first
right.
map is Outbreak. I'm putting this in F. I hated Outbreak. I might be being critical on it,
Now
but
this was the first map
this
like that
was the
actually
first
came with
map.
the game.
No, the thing is Outbreak did not came with the game. It was actually the first DLC.
Oh,
It
that's yeah. I think
Advanced
God.
Warfare Zombies only had 4 maps. No, the zombie map did not come with the game. You had to buy it extra.
Yeah, that's oh god. Yeah.
And I
I probably
hated
would have to put
Outbreak.
that one in F tier too. I really don't remember much about that, but
I only
like,
the starting room had the bus.
yep.
I might be critical.
I think that
Maybe
was a
it
really small map from
it
what I
was that's the
remember.
thing. It was tiny. The map was so
Yeah.
small, and the
Yep.
plot and it was not only was it small, but it was just too hard for me. I couldn't get
I
into
would
it.
agree.
It was just
Yeah.
way too hard.
Yep.
Next is Infection with the burger restaurant. Do you remember? Do you even remember that one? Because we have
I
played it.
played that maybe like 5 or 6 times, honestly.
I'd probably put it in D tier in my opinion. I don't think it's much better than the first one,
Yeah,
but
I would too.
it is an improvement.
It's definitely an improvement. I remember on that one somewhat that you could actually go like underground and like
Yeah,
shoot
there was
stuff.
in this. Yeah, and there was
Cool.
alligators. I remember
Yeah,
there was an alligator trap.
I do remember that.
So the weird thing
Yeah.
about Infection was you actually had like a lot of like it wasn't just zombies though. There was a lot of like extra stuff you had to do. Like you had to protect hostages. You had
Yup.
to like do all this extra. You had to like defuse bombs and shit. Like, do you
Yup.
remember that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I don't know. Like, a lot of people didn't like that. My question is, what did you think about that? Like all of the extra stuff you had to do. Like, do you
I
remember
mean, I
the
thought it was a
outbreak
cool
map?
concept, but in a way, I just kind of thought it was somewhat annoying. I guess. You know.
Especially the what remember the round we'd always die is the one where you have to like go take a shower. Like you had to disinfect yourself.
Oh yeah.
I
Yup.
I don't think it was on in it might I think it was on like almost every map, but it was that was so annoying to me and it always killed me, especially in Outbreak because the map was so small that you would just die every time.
I remember trying to go get the exosuits too, which that was kind of a pain in the ass as well.
So, next is Carrier. And I think this is a like Carrier was
Carrier, I thought was a cool map. I'm
it
gonna be
was like the
honest.
first Advanced Warfare map I think that was actually worth my time.
Yeah, honestly, I would agree. I probably I don't remember too much about it, but I probably would put it in C tier if I had to.
I would put it in I don't know if I want to put it in C or B tier. I think I'm gonna put it in B tier. I liked Carrier. It had a lot of cool like little mini games. It had a really great training spot. You know, it was kind of like the first map that felt like wide open. Like the other ones felt, you know, it had some color
So
to it too.
small, so close quarters,
It had some
and
color to it
everything.
too, which I liked.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know. I think Carrier was a decent map.
I can't really say much about
Yeah,
Carrier,
I think I'm gonna bump it
honestly.
down to C. Actually, I agree. You know, I like Carrier. I'm putting it back at B.
All right.
All right, next one is the final one, the final Descent from Zombies, Advanced
I'm
Warfare
putting
Zombies.
that probably here, honestly.
We played that one lot with Kenta,
We played it a
actually.
lot, yeah. That was probably the most played map on Advanced Warfare that we played,
So that one
I would
was
have to
like the
say.
one underwater. It was like an underwater base,
Yup.
and it had that really interesting, I guess is the word, boss battle.
Yeah, with like the kind of like the dance floor, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It wasn't a dance floor, but it looked like one.
It was kind of like something like that, yeah.
The weird thing about it is the boss battle wasn't really optional. Like at a certain round, it would just teleport you to the boss battle. You know, like
Yeah, I remember that, and we would always fail on
yeah,
like
we
one
always
part.
would.
Yeah.
We got to talk about Advanced Warfare Zombies in general, right? So they didn't have Pack a Punch. They had a
No.
different kind of weapon upgrade system where it was like you could upgrade your gun 20, I think it was like 10 or 20 times, but each it would
Yup.
only get better like a little bit.
Yeah.
But you could do it like a lot at once. So you could like keep upgrading your same gun over and over and over again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it had armor too, I believe, right? Or was that just another form of jug? I can't really remember.
I think it had like some sort of form of armor, I think. I don't think they had Jug specifically.
It had exo health from what I remember. It had exo health, right?
Yeah.
It did have perks, but they were all forms of exo this, exo that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, let's see, where would we put it though? I think I'd
I put it at B tier because I mean
B tier. I'll put mine at B tier too. I think I'm gonna
it
put
was,
mine at A tier. I don't. Okay. I'm gonna put that at B tier and bump Carrier down probably to C tier. And you said
yeah.
you'd put it at. Oh, where did I put yours? You put it at B tier.
Yeah.
All right.
It definitely was the best map out of the four
It
though.
definitely was. Yeah.
Yup.
Next is Shadows of Evil.
Moving on to Black Ops 3.
Already, yeah. Already. This is going really quickly now.
Honestly, I think Shadows is probably A tier worthy, I would say.
All right. I'm gonna put Shadows actually in S tier for me.
Okay.
I think Shadows is an awesome, freaking awesome map. Just the
It
way it
is.
looks, the way it sounds.
Oh my god. The theme of it, honestly, even the colors too,
The colors
man.
are awesome. And it has interest. I mean, the character. I'll say the characters aren't the best, but they're
No,
unique.
they are definitely unique. And they definitely have some sort of backstory with them and everything.
Yeah,
You know?
not as good as previous maps. Not as good as Mob of the Dead or Call of the Dead, but
No.
interesting enough. Better than the Advanced Warfare characters.
Oh, 100%.
And it had the Apothecon Servant, which was an awesome wonder weapon.
Probably by far one of the best ones.
It had the sword too. Remember the sword?
I do. The swords were good, honestly. Um.
I mean, it had the little Arnie thing, which was the octopus monkey bomb.
Oh yeah, and they also had the shields, like the buildable shields, which
Yes,
was
and also
fun.
Shadows of Evil. We technically did complete the Easter egg. I remember. I don't. Oh, you weren't there, were you?
No, I was not.
Me, Julian, and Kenta technically completed the Easter egg. We got to the last step and it glitched out on us.
Yeah, that's what I remember. You guys told me that. That's
But
just.
but we attempted the Shadows of. Oh my god! I spit all over my computer. We attempted the Shadows of Evil Easter egg multiple times, and it was a fun Easter egg. We were able to pretty much do it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Honestly, I know a lot of people talk about the one flag step or whatever it is at the end. I
That's
know
the one that
that.
glitched out for us. That's the one that glitched out for us. We weren't
Oh
able to
my
do it,
god,
which
that's
is literally
crazy.
the last step.
That
But
is crazy.
it's a fun map. It's really a fun map. It's I don't know. I don't know what more to say about this. The underground area, the pack. Let's talk about the pack punch. This is the first
Hmm.
map with a unique pack punch too.
That's true. Yeah,
The
honestly.
pack punch wasn't. It was like a portal that with a tentacle that came out. I mean, the whole pack punch room and the rituals
Yup.
were cool. They were really cool.
Yup.
It's
Honestly, I think another thing that was cool about the map too was there was the tram that you
yeah.
could
You know what?
take.
It had
Like,
the bootleg on it.
yes, yes, the bootleg. Yes.
The thing about I lost my train of thought. I totally forgot. It also had the port teleporters on it too. Remember that took you kind of to the pack a punch area.
Yeah, that's true too. Very true.
Overall, I think Shadows of Evil was a pretty good map. The thing about it was it wasn't very beginner friendly though.
No, and that's the other thing that definitely needs to address because, the map definitely received a lot of hate for that reason.
Yeah, it was there. It was very very complicated. I mean, it's okay to have a complicated map, but I mean, the thing was
I feel like the players that definitely got the deluxe edition of the game, where they got the giant for free, were probably
better
thinking
off.
that it was probably, yeah, they were better off.
Because the thing, in order to get Pack Punch, you had to do 4 rituals. You had to do all
Yep.
this stuff. If you didn't know how to do that, you wouldn't get any of that shit. Which was some of the rituals were kind of difficult. Some of the things you had to do were kind of difficult. I mean, at least for beginner players, it was just not a beginner friendly map, and that is definitely
No,
a very drawback to the map.
no, yeah, honestly.
All right, I'm moving to the next map, and I'm putting Dreisendrache in double S.
I am too. That is easily a double S tier map as well.
I mean, 4 bows.
Yup.
It's a very
Um,
the castle awesome
probably
theme.
yeah, probably one of the coolest themed maps ever. Um,
The
and you
Easter
know what's
egg.
cool? We actually had Black Ops 4. They actually released a multiplayer map, where you can actually play in the town that's like underneath
Wow.
Horizon
Oh,
Drop.
really? I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was a cool multiplayer map. I think
I'll
it
have to
was
look
called
into
like
that.
Ascension or something.
I'll have to look into that. That's cool.
Yeah, it's a dope like multiplayer map, honestly.
I mean, the cool thing about it too is it's a relatively simple map on the surface. You know,
Honestly, yeah. I
power
mean,
is really easy to turn on.
up
Pack a punch is super easy to get. I mean, the wonder
oh,
weapon, the bow, all you have to do
oh,
is fill up. Sorry, what?
I said just like getting the default bow was super
Yeah, I
easy.
was gonna say the wonder weapon. You just have to fill up 3 dragon heads, kill like 16 zombies. It's a very simple map, but then you start getting into the Easter egg. You start upgrading the bows, and you find out there's so much more you can do. There's the
Yeah,
Ragnaroks too.
yup, that's
I
true.
I mean, and that's what I like about it. That's why it's an improvement from Shadows of Evil. You know, it's a very simple map, but it has so much cool shit you can do on it.
Yeah, honestly, I would agree with that.
And we've tried the Easter egg multiple times on that map, and we've gotten pretty close.
Yeah, honestly,
So I mean,
I would
just
agree.
out of pure nostalgia for playing with Kent and Julian, it's got to be double S.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And I think honestly, the bows just I think the bows are like
I
what
think
makes
they're.
the
I
map
honestly
live.
think they're better than the stabs, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, I do too. Honestly, I mean, the pre-patched lightning bow was probably like one of the most insane weapons we've ever gotten. I would have to
I
say.
know. I don't really think anything can really beat that sometimes.
But even the one now is still really good. Like it's just good. I mean,
And I don't think there's a single bad bow too.
there isn't.
Like
No.
the worst bow is probably the void bow. But the thing about the void bow, I love doing the void bow just
Not even a
because
bad bow though. Like
it's
it's
so cool
really
looking. It's really cool looking.
it is.
The problem with the void bow compared to the other bows is it doesn't kill them immediately, but it like
No.
like the heads fly around and eat at the zombies. It's such a cool looking bow, and it's got a purple glow. I love that. I
I
mean,
think one of
purple's
the
my
most
favorite color.
boringest bows to get though is probably the fire bow though.
I've never gotten the
Um,
fire bow myself
I have not either.
because the very first step is you have to shoot this rock, and for whatever reason, I just can never get it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But
Oh my god, and even the step where you have to shoot like the ring or whatever it
yeah,
is.
I know the fire bow to
That
me, I feel like should have been
that
either
was bad.
the fire bow needed to be buffed, or the steps should have been nerfed because the bow it's not even
Agreed.
the best bow, and the steps
No.
are super hard.
I know.
So either it should be the best bow, or the steps need to be easier.
And honestly, the wolf bow is probably by far one of the best bows too.
I mean,
Like
it's
that
so
was
easy to make
pretty
too.
easy.
It's so easy to make, and it's
Um,
great. It's so good at killing the Panzer too, from what I remember. I mean, the lightning bow is better, but the wolf bow is good at killing the Panzer too.
yeah, yeah.
All right, so I want to move on to the next map because this one's Zetsubo no Shima.
That's a bow.
I'm putting it in D. In all honesty, I'll
Honestly,
start off with the.
I yeah, I would probably put it in D as well.
All right,
Honestly.
I just realized I keep moving your thing by accident. All right, so this Andre right now so far this is yours,
Yup.
and I'm gonna move over, and this is mine. So ours are somewhat the same, but they are different.
Yeah, they are somewhat different so far.
All right, let's start. I'm gonna start with the positives on Zetsubo. I think the spawn
Yup.
swamp is really cool.
Um, yeah, honestly, I think the spawn was cool for that map, and I thought it was cool how you could like go underwater and stuff.
That
Like
was
that was
definitely
kind
really
of like the
cool.
map that introduced that.
Yeah, that's the first map
Um,
that I think of that you could actually swim in that I know of.
yeah, I think you're right. Honestly, yeah,
Um, the boss fight against the not the main boss fight, but the mini boss, the spider.
yep.
That was really
Um,
cool. That was the first like in game, like not final boss, but a boss you could fight in zombies if you think about it.
and you would get rewarded too,
Yeah, you
like
got like
from what I
unlimited. You
remember.
got free Widow's Wine unlimited,
Yeah,
which is a great reward for killing. Like it was a fun boss battle, decently easy though. So like it was a great reward for a good boss fight.
exactly.
Um,
Yeah,
I gotta say, we did the Easter egg on Zetsubo. The Easter egg steps were terrible. They were
I would agree. And
awful.
honestly, the Easter egg probably wasn't even the greatest
I
one.
don't think
Like
it.
I thought it was probably like one of the most lacklustering, maybe
The
like just like
problem
disappointing
The problem with the
Easter
Easter
eggs.
egg, yes. The problem with that Easter egg was every player had to complete their challenges, and the challenges were
Yep.
different every time. So you
And
couldn't
some of them were
prepare.
more difficult than others.
Yeah, and you had to wait on somebody. So like everyone could have been done with theirs, but if one person didn't finish theirs, you had to wait on that person, and it could take forever.
Exactly. Yep.
Um, the plants, there was a lot of real cool things about the water and feeding the plants, but it just wasn't worth learning and investing my time into.
No,
Like
honestly.
I know you could like water the plants in a certain way to get like a free perk or to get max ammo, but I never even bothered to learn it because I mean the map you didn't it, the map
Even
it
the buildable wonder weapon too. Like that's even another thing to touch on too. Like
KT it
that was a
wasn't even
pain in the ass
I never even
to
really ever
build.
used the KT4. Like I
I
don't
I
even know if
only
it's good
used
or
it like
not.
maybe once or twice, and I mean it wasn't bad. Like
It
what I
to me it
remember,
looks so much like the baby gun. Like I
it
wasn't
looked
a
like
fan of
a
the
liquefier to
KT4.
me. Like or it just acted like one, I
Yeah,
should
yeah, I
say.
know. It felt like a weird knockoff. Like I wasn't a fan of it.
No, no. Honestly though, I thought it was cool though how in the box that they included the HG40 and the
They had
dual
a you know what?
Marshalls.
I was gonna say the cool thing about Zetsubo is they started to bring a lot of the supply drop weapons in from multiplayer, so that's a
Yeah, that
positive.
was cool. That was probably one of the big positives for that map, I would have to say.
All right, Andre. Next, Garad Krovi. What do you think about Garad Krovi?
By far, I think the theme for it was probably double S, but I'm not putting it up on double S.
Visually,
Uh,
you could say double S.
yeah, visually I could. Um, honestly, I probably would have to put it maybe at B tier. Honestly, I thought the map was very complex in a way.
The map, you know what? That's so. I honestly thought you'd put it higher, but I agree with you. I'm putting it in B tier.
Yeah,
It's
I
a, it's
mean,
a.
it's at first I thought it was probably one of the most confusing maps ever,
I
honestly.
mean, Pack a Punch to me. Remember how in order to get Pack a Punch, you had to go through like those three phases of like defending it and stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It was a difficult map. There was so much to it. I mean, we tried the Easter egg on it, and the Easter egg was just crazy hard.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
And honestly, I remember teleporting or flying to the one house or whatever it was to get Pack a Punch, and that shit was freaking insane. Oh my god. Where you're just like stuck in that house. Like
yeah, that's exactly what I was just talking about. The fact that you had to like defend it and like go through those different stages. I mean, the dragons were cool. Let's be honest. The dragons were
okay,
really cool.
cool.
The
The boss fight, from what I heard from Easter egg, is by far one of the hardest like boss fights.
definitely. Yeah, I know. It's
Although I
crazy.
experienced it,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
I've never experienced it either. I mean, okay, if you're just playing the map normally, I think it's an awesome map.
It
But
is.
there's so much to it that you feel like you gotta do that I really feel like hinders it.
And I think the biggest hype around the map too was probably the fact that they brought the PPSH back.
I mean, okay,
Like,
also, that reminds me, let's talk about the Raygun Mark III.
yeah, oh,
I
yes.
forgot about that, but the Raygun Mark III was like
It was it was really fucking good if you
it
knew how to
was.
use.
It was dope.
Yeah.
And you could get it out of the box.
Yup.
You didn't have to build it like the fucking KT4. You could get it out of the box.
And freaking, they brought back more of these supply drop weapons from
Yeah,
multi,
even better. Like you said, the PPSH definitely.
which that gun was really good. Um,
I mean, Grod Crovey did a lot of things right. The only reason I think it's in B tier is just because it was so complicated. It was very difficult, and it felt too complicated, overly complicated.
100%
But
agreed.
once you got set up on the map, I think it could be A S tier. It was very difficult to get set up, and the Easter egg
Yeah,
was very difficult too.
probably one of the best themes we saw, honestly, with like Stalingrad and shit.
You know what? Looking back at my thing here, I think I'm gonna bump up 5 to A.
Yeah,
Alrighty. Next is Revelations. So I'm gonna put
hon-
Revelations in C.
yeah. Honestly, I would probably put it in B. Honestly,
All right. So yeah, you go first.
okay. Revelations was a good map, but I definitely think it was not the map to end the game with.
That's exactly how I feel. You know, it felt just like a
It was not enough. It just straight up was not enough.
if to me it felt just like the problem was like some of the maps that were in Revelations were also in Black Ops 3. Like they brought Der Eisendrache back, which is like, dude,
Yeah, like what was the deal with that?
like if you're gonna bring back these maps, you should be bringing them back and like, you know, like they brought back Shangri-La, which was cool. You know, they
I think
brought back Mob of the Dead and Origins and Vrocked and Noct and whatnot. But it's just like, how many times has Noct been given to us? How many times has Vrocked been given to us?
honestly,
It
well,
just yeah, it was like a really cool, like it had a lot of awesome wonder weapons. It had a lot of shit going on, which was cool. But you're right, it wasn't the map to end the game on.
no. I mean, however, the Easter egg probably the Easter egg wasn't even enough either. Like it was by far one of the easiest Easter eggs that we probably ever played.
We did the Easter egg, right?
Yeah,
So when you know we did the Easter egg, it's a pretty easy Easter egg.
probably an easy map, you know.
The only hard part about it was the fact that like you had to like the steps weren't clear at all. They made no sense. It was like shoot these random rocks in the sky.
Yeah.
And you know they only did that because, you know, they didn't want people figuring it out right away.
However, I will say it's probably one of the most rewarding Easter eggs of all time.
It gives you an RK5. Like forever. So they've lost Andre, folks.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
gonna probably keep it at beats here, honestly.
okay, you're back. All right, repeat what you said because we didn't hear you.
Oh, well, honestly, I was gonna say the fact that it gave like two like calling cards, you know,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
like two animated ones. Might I remind you, like
I totally forgot about that.
that was cool. I'm gonna be honest.
And I said like the RK5s as well.
Yeah, the RK5s too. And the fact that you could get the katana too, which a lot of
I
people I
forgot about
know,
that.
yeah. And I tried it out, and it was pretty cool. Like honestly,
All right, yeah, you know what I think there's fair criticism of Revelations, but there is fair praise of it. It's a
yeah,
very
it's an average map.
yeah, it's a very average map. It's really like to me, it's like a fan. What I'm trying to think of the word. It's like a fan spirit kind of map, you know? Like, oh, we're just gonna like put all this shit in that you like, you know.
It feels like a modded map.
It does in a way. It does in a way.
Yeah,
All right, so we are moving on to Infinite Warfare, and the first one is Zombies in Spaceland. I'm gonna put that in S. I love Zombies in Spaceland.
it's double tier worthy. I'm gonna be honest.
Where are you putting it?
Probably double S.
Wow. You know, I wish I had the balls to do that. I love Zombies in Spaceland.
Yeah, honestly, I do too. I mean, I think it was probably by far one of the coolest themed maps.
I
Honestly,
mean, the coolest theme maps. It had really cool wonder weapons. Again, it had 4
yeah,
unique wonder
and
weapons. It
four, yeah, that all players could get.
actually
Um,
had 5 wonder weapons in the map too, because it had the freeze ray gun. I forgot what it's called, but it has the freeze gun in it too.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you could buy that with like the tickets or
Yeah.
whatever.
So like, yeah, you could have like 5 wonder weapons in that map, which is like that's the most we've ever seen. The roller coaster was so cool, especially the fact that you couldn't die by zombies on the roller coaster, so you could actually
Yeah.
like enjoy it. I mean, there was the clowns too.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, a lot of people say, like, oh, Infinite Warfare Zombies isn't serious, but I didn't mind that because I thought the theme was so cool. I loved it. I didn't care
The
that it
Fenway
wasn't serious.
Park themed map was probably one of the coolest things ever.
The
Honestly,
colors were awesome. It had David Hasselhoff.
that's another thing too. Like, oh my god, honestly, that there's so much we could honestly say about that map.
I
Honestly,
know. I mean,
I-
the characters weren't the most interesting, but I liked them.
oh yeah, I would
They
agree.
got the job done.
They did.
There
They
was no
definitely.
story in Zombies in Spaceland, but the gameplay was so good that I didn't think the story mattered.
Yeah, I would agree. Honestly,
All right, next up is Raven the Redwoods.
Raven the Redwoods, I would probably say is either an A or S tier map for me.
All right,
Honestly,
I'm putting it in A.
yeah, I'm
So,
gonna probably go with A.
all right. So, Raven the Redwoods, by far again, is a beautiful looking map.
It
Uh,
is.
it's really cool that you don't really start off with
You
guns. You
start with
start
like
off,
melee
yeah,
weapons.
that is so,
Which,
and they're
yeah,
good too. The thing is, they're actually pretty good.
they are.
They can last you to like round 6 or 7.
At least. I think even higher, maybe.
Like, yeah,
Maybe.
probably. Um,
Yeah.
the Yetis, my God, I love the Yetis. They're so funny.
Yup.
Um,
Oh, dude, it's probably one of the funniest things ever.
and again, 4 unique wonder weapons.
Yeah. All
4
players could get.
plus,
Like,
if you beat the Easter egg, you actually got another wonder weapon, which was the chainsaw.
exactly. Yeah.
And I remember when the game first came out, the chainsaw had unlimited ammo, and I actually saw this on YouTube. Some guy taped his controller down, stood in the corner, and like got to like round 30.
Oh my god, that's fucking insane.
I know it was so OP. They ended up nerfing it like a lot, but still, like 4 unique
Oh.
wonder weapons, really awesome map. I mean, I don't know what more can you say about it. It's
I
cool.
thought it was cool. Like, I thought it was cool. Like, a campground map I thought was really dope. I mean, it was kind of like the first map we've gotten that's like that
That
sort of theme.
that was yeah. We
Um,
played that map together for the first time too, and we had an awesome experience doing it.
we did. We really did, honestly. I just seeing all the colors and shit too. Like, it was pretty cool, I gotta say, honestly.
It had
Um,
this yeah. It had a weird feeling where it felt like it was gonna be scary, and then next thing you know, it's just dope.
oh yeah, easily.
All right, so next is Shaolin Shuffle. We're gonna have to put that in no opinion, right? We never played it.
Yeah, never played it, so there's nothing we can honestly say about it.
Yeah. We gotta play it sometime though.
Oh, absolutely. I
Attack of
think it's
the
like a city themed map or something.
It's yeah, it is in New York City, and it's like got these sewers and the Rat King and stuff. And like you can do kung fu in it. I've heard a lot of crazy things about it.
Yeah, that sounds pretty whack if you ask me.
Well, next is Attack of the Radioactive Dawn.
It was a really good map. I am gonna say it.
I
It had
think
a cool.
I'm
That
putting that in A. For me,
was cool. What are you putting it in?
I'm putting it in A because you want to know something I really find awesome about the map. We've played
What is
that
that?
map so many times, and we've never pack-a-punched our guns, but we didn't have to.
That's true.
We
Honestly,
don't know how to get packed, but I never felt like we needed it.
yeah.
I didn't hear you. Where are you putting it?
Honestly, I'm gonna probably put it in eight. Well,
All right.
honestly, I mean, I feel like there's not much I can really say about the map. I really like how it's in black and white in the beginning.
Yeah,
Uh,
and unlike the one in Ascension where you have to turn the power on, it just kind of like fades into color.
Yeah, which is cool. I mean, a lot of people I know were even complaining about the color on the map specifically,
And
but like
yeah, I remember we went on it and we're like, this isn't even bad. It looks cool.
I know.
Like I understand what they're saying, how like it's too bright in certain aspects, like and like it's a little gray here or there. But overall, I thought the beach was super cool. I thought like the town was or the grocery market
Oh
was cool.
yeah. Oh yeah, the supermarket was really cool. Yeah.
You were able to get you were able to get the Wonder Weapon before. What did you think of it?
Honestly, the Wonder Weapon was really cool. Honestly, I thought it was cool how you could actually get it out of the box and shit.
Yeah,
Um,
that was like that
and
was
ammo, I will say that too.
yeah. From what I
Yeah,
know, like in Zombies in Spaceland and Raven the Redwoods, you had to make him, but in can't think in Attack of the Radio thing, you could just get it out of the box.
exactly.
We did try the boss battle, very difficult,
Yes, extremely.
but I don't know. I mean, I liked it. Like not much to say about it. It's an overall good map.
Yeah, it's definitely got the potential for that.
All right, Beast from Beyond. I know we've never played
It,
it, but I'm putting it in F just from what I've seen. It's just
from
bad.
what I've heard, it's the worst zombies map ever created.
So we're putting that
Honestly,
in F. Yeah. Okay, you know what? The thing about Raven the Redwoods, Raven the Redwoods, Zombies in Spaceland, Attack of the Radioactive Thing, Shaolin Shuffle. They all had unique locations and unique celebrities.
agreed.
The Beasts from Beyond had none of that.
Yeah,
The first like couple rounds in the Beast from Beyond aren't even zombies; they're aliens.
what the fuck?
Yeah, the final boss battle has no zombies; it's only aliens.
That's really weird. Doesn't it like take place in like Alaska or something?
Actually, it's weird. It takes place on an ice planet. I think it's like it takes place on Pluto, and it also takes place in a movie theater in like two different locations.
Oh, yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I think I heard something about that.
So, I mean, I've just heard so many bad things about the Beast from Beyond. Like to me, it just felt like there was no every map up until then was so unique and so interesting, and then that map was just like
It probably was just a bad way to end it off,
it really
honestly.
was. That's why we gotta put it in F, even though we've never even played it.
Yeah, which we will definitely.
Yeah, we will one day. All right. Wow. Okay, we're in World War II zombies. All right. This is the Final Reich. This is the
Well,
first map. I want to see where you put it before where I put it because I have a
the
very
I honestly I thought it was a very dark map. Honestly, like in a good way though, like not in a bad way or
yeah,
anything.
yeah.
Um, the wall by weapons were really good. I gotta say. Um,
This it had a lot of unique things to it too. It had jolts, it had armor, it had the
yup,
shovel, it had like a lot of very unique. It had like three levels of armor, so there wasn't jug in it. It had like three different levels of armor you could get.
yup.
And it had like I forgot what the jolts did, but it was like you could use them and it would like give you like insta kill for a short period of time or something.
Yeah, yeah,
From what I remember.
yup.
You know what? All right, we totally forgot to talk about Gobblegum in Black Ops 3 too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. Honestly, man, Perkaholic is where it's at, though.
But it was so hard to get.
It was. You literally had to spend money, I feel like, just to get it.
All right, back to World War II though. What do you think? I honestly, I think for me, I don't. I would like say S to A tier. Like I'm gonna put it in A tier.
Yeah, I would probably put it in A tier as well. Honestly.
It was a cool map. It was a very like unique map. Like it finally
Or,
kind of brought like the scariness back to zombies, especially after Zombies in Spaceland and Infinite Warfare zombies. It brought this
oh,
like gore factor back.
yeah.
The characters to me were really boring though. I didn't really like the
The, cha-
characters.
I felt like did not have like any sort of like
The
backstory or
only
anything.
yeah, the only character I really liked was the black guy because he was black.
Yeah, yeah,
But I mean, it's a good starter map. It's a really good starter map too.
it is. And the fact that you could use a shovel too
Yeah,
as
and
like
it
a
was good. It was good. And remember, you could like rip the heads off. Like it had like its own
yup,
unique animation.
yeah, it was sick.
I know there was a wonder weapon on the map, but it was like, from what I remember, it was like a wonder waff or something. It wasn't very unique.
Oh,
So that's why I have to put it at A tier. It's not a bad map. I think it's a good starting map. It's especially because that's Sledgehammer. It was such an improvement from Exo Zombies.
oh yeah, agreed.
So the next one is the Darkest Shore. We've played that one before.
Yeah, I think we played it like maybe like once or twice, and it was good. I probably would put it in B tier.
I would put it in B tier too. Okay, we don't have a lot of experience with it, but we'll say this: you spawn in this like bloody water, and the zombies are like coming out. Which is really cool.
Hmm?
Do you remember like the boss zombie or like the mini like the one that had like four arms that would chase you when the fog would roll in? That was really cool.
Oh yeah, 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 yup.
I remember playing it with Kenta, and Kenta was just screaming his ass off. It was a very short, like there wasn't a lot to it though. That's the only problem was there really wasn't a lot to it.
Yeah, I would agree. And the map kind of just felt small to
It did.
me.
It really did feel small. Like I know
Yeah,
there was I think there was another minecart system or something, but yeah, there really didn't feel like there was a lot to the map. I remember we bought it and we were exploring, and I was just kind of like, is this it? Like I don't know.
yeah,
It didn't
yeah.
feel anything crazy to me. It was like I said, it was a good map, a very average map. Nothing.
Nothing really much else to say.
Yeah, it was definitely a step down from the Final Reich, but not a huge step down.
No, no.
All right, so we obviously never played the other three World War II maps, so we just got to put that in never played.
Oh yes.
I have no clue if they're good or bad. I don't know. Do you know if
I
they're good or bad?
other maps.
You what?
I have not heard anything about the other three maps.
Yeah. So like, yeah. So
Very, very willing to try them though.
I really, really want to give World War II more of a chance. We've only purchased one DLC from it, so we don't really know much about it.
Exactly.
All right, Voyage of Despair. Personally, I haven't played it that much, but from what I have, I'm putting it in D.
Honestly, yeah, I would probably put it in D tier as well. Honestly, I've only played Voyage of Despair like once or twice, and the only times I played it was just to like fuck around on and just
Yeah,
like you know, it wasn't to like actually try on the map and stuff.
yeah. I mean, I haven't played it enough to really give an honest opinion of it.
Yup.
It's an interesting in theory. It's definitely interesting in theory. Like it's on the Titanic or a boat. We've never really seen. I mean, the only boat we've ever really seen is in Call of the Dead, I guess.
Yeah,
So,
agreed.
I mean, it was definitely really cool, and it was like,
I wasn't really a fan of the characters though,
yeah,
honestly.
that's another thing. I mean, I don't even know the Wonder Weapon on that map. Like, I don't know much about it, but
No.
I've played it,
From
and
what
it
I
just
heard, the Easter egg was not the best either, too. That was the other thing.
I played it with Rachel once, and I was just so lost on the map. It felt so.
It feels so big when you play on it,
It
like
does,
on
which is weird because it's on a boat, but it feels so huge. Why? Like,
yeah,
why?
it's crazy.
And like let's be real, the Black Ops 4 engine just wasn't that great either, so it just didn't feel good on Black Ops 4. Maybe if it was on
It
like Black
really
Ops 3 or
it felt
2.
like EO3 engine. That's what it felt like.
Yeah. All right, so Andre, you can do the next one. Where would you put 9?
Not honestly, 9 I thought was a cool map. It definitely was a way better map than Voyage of Despair.
It definitely was.
No,
Yeah.
like I probably would put it at B tier just because I don't know everything about the map, or so to say. I mean, I did get Pack before, but I think I played it before, maybe with Kenta, maybe. I know I played it with someone before, and we did end up getting Pack somehow, but I honestly forgot how you honestly even get it.
So
Um,
I played it with Rachel actually, which is weird because like Rachel isn't the best at zombies, so I obviously kind of like turned the difficulty down, right? So when I
yeah,
turned the difficulty down, it allowed me to kind of really like I don't know, look at the map a little bit more and explore it than I normally would. And I'm putting it
yeah,
in A tier. There's something about it that like just the arena, the
yeah,
zombies, the boss
yeah.
zombies. It was a
I,
really cool map.
yeah. I was definitely getting some like gladiator vibes from it and shit.
I never was able to pack. I know nothing about the Easter egg, but just the map itself, playing on the map itself. And again, like I'm not a really big fan of the Black Ops 4 engine. So honestly,
No,
like if this was like again Black Ops 3, this could be like S tier. But
that would
like
really like, yeah, I would agree with that.
yeah, I have to put it on like A to B tier.
Yeah, that's what I did.
All right, so all right, next one, Andre, is Blood of the Dead. Ooh.
Blood of the Dead.
So obviously, Mob of the Dead we put at double S. What do we think about Blood of the Dead?
I don't think it's honestly double S.
I don't
I'm
think
gonna,
it is either. Again, like a lot of that has to do with the fact that it's just on Black Ops 4.
yeah, I probably would put it at eight here, honestly.
Alrighty. I wanna see. I think I'd put it at. I don't know. It feels very similar to Mob of the Dead, but to me, it just doesn't play the same. And the thing about Mob of the Dead was it was just so perfect. Like I'm gonna put it at B tier.
Okay, I mean that's understandable, honestly.
It's a fun map. The Easter egg I heard is just so hard. I mean, they
Yeah,
bring back the Blundergat, which is cool, but then they make it the Magna Gat. Like it just feels like it's a step down from Mob of the Dead, and to me, that's just so disappointing.
it is, but and even that they extended the map somewhat too. I mean,
That's
I
cool
think that.
though. I like that. I did like that though.
Yep,
They definitely added more to the map, which is nice. Um,
yep.
but to me, it's just like, why Mob of the Dead was so good? Why try to change something that's already so good?
I know. Yeah,
Especially because the worst part to me was you couldn't build the plane and go to the bridge anymore, which was like definitely like one of the coolest parts of Mob of the Dead.
things of doing on that map. Yeah,
Yeah, and they took that away, so just I don't know. It felt very weird to me.
yeah. I get that.
All right, next is Classified. Where would you put Classified?
Classified, I've only played it like once or twice, and from what I remember, there are I think a couple of extra rooms and shit.
There are a couple in the top floor, yes.
Uh, yes, and I think there is on the second floor too. I'm pretty
There
sure.
might be. I don't remember that well. The thing about Classified is it actually has Moon in it too. The Pack a Punch in Classified is the same Pack a Punch as Moon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so Area 51 is where you Pack a Punch and Classified. Like it's
Oh
literally
my
the
god.
exact same.
So like, do the zombies like actually like run at you and shit like in the beginning and stuff, or no?
No, because you don't spawn there. That's just where Pack is.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so it's not like the same thing as Moon. It's just like the same area, if you know what I mean. Like Pack,
I
it's
not know about that because I've
yeah,
only like once or twice.
it's interesting. I don't know how I feel about it though. Like I don't know. Like would I just rate that the same as 5? Like it feels almost the same as 5. Would I rate it as 5? I don't know.
Put it in D tier, honestly.
All right, I think I'm gonna put it in. Okay, you put it in D tier. I'm gonna put it in C tier,
All right.
just for the fact that like I don't know. I have 5 in A. It's not as good as 5. It's again, it's on the
No.
Black Ops 4 engine, so I'm just gonna bump it down slightly.
Yeah.
All right, Dead of the Night. We played this one a couple days ago.
Dead of the Night, I think by far was probably one of the. It might even be one of the best maps on the game itself. Honestly,
Yeah, you know what? The thing is, a lot of people don't like Dead of the Night, but we liked it. We had a fun time
they're
playing it.
funny as fuck. Probably the best characters we've seen in a while. Honestly.
I
Like
mean, the
they're very,
characters were really good. Like,
they're
I
very
loved them.
yeah, they're very humorous.
The Wonder Weapon, I didn't get to use, but I saw you use it, and it seemed really cool.
It is. It definitely is cool. It's got a lot of ammo too. It almost has as much ammo as the ray gun Mark One, I would say. Like
Wow,
honestly,
and that's it is a lot.
yeah. It's like
Um,
I think it's half of that. I want to say.
Pack a punching was a nightmare, though. Oh my god.
Oh, us.
We
Yeah.
we would have never if we didn't look up a guide, we would have never figured it out. Like that's the problem. We would have never figured it out if we didn't look up a guide.
Nope. But we did. I mean, we did explore pretty much the whole map though,
It
which
felt big at first. It definitely
it,
felt big. I don't know if I would still consider it a big map, but it feels big.
oh, it does. It feels humongous, honestly.
And also, this is like same as Verruct. It splits you when you spawn.
Yeah, that. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing too. That I honestly thought that was really cool too.
I liked that, yeah, especially when you're playing with 4 people. But the cool thing about it is, though, when one person bought the door, it bought both doors.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was,
I,
you know what? Yeah,
that's where I'm putting it.
wow, that's crazy. A tier. Um,
Yup.
I guess I really don't know. I haven't. I'm gonna put it at C tier for one reason. I love everything about the map, but it's just too hard to get Pack.
That's understandable.
Like if Pack was just easier, I'd put it like way higher. But like I don't wanna like look up a guide every time to get Pack because it's different every time too.
Oh God, that sucks.
All right, next up is Ancient Evil, which again we played together
Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. We did.
a long time
Yeah,
ago, but we did.
yeah, we did. Wasn't that the one that was like almost in like that corrupt like world or whatever?
No, it was it kind of was like Greek themed if you remember.
Yeah, yeah, it was Greek themed.
Maybe it
Yes.
was corrupt. I don't remember it that well. I remember it was like Greek themed, and it was a decently.
I remember it felt like very like ancient almost
Yeah, I
somewhat.
remember there was like this I forgot what it was. It was like this nightstand or armor stand that would like, and there was like a boss zombie that would chase you. I don't remember it that well to be honest. Maybe we should play this one again sometime.
We might honestly have to. Honestly,
I think I'm gonna have to just go no opinion on this for me
I would
personally.
really don't remember much about the map, honestly.
I don't. You know what? I'm just gonna put it in B tier then. Actually, I would say no opinion, but we have played it, so the fact that like,
I'm probably all right. I'm probably gonna put it in probably D tier then.
all right, I'll put mine in C tier. I don't know. It's weird because we just don't remember the map well enough to like
No,
really give a good opinion on it. But we have
no.
played it. But I feel like the fact that it's so unmemorable kind of means that it wasn't that interesting to me.
I'm definitely putting mine in D tier,
But
honestly.
from I'm looking at the other maps that I put it in. I'm like, is it as good as like Classified and Carrier and Die Rise? Probably. Is it good as Verruct? Probably. So I don't. Do I think it's as bad as Transit? Probably not. So I'm putting it
Well,
in
it's
C tier.
better than Transit, like honestly.
Yeah. So that's why I put it in C tier.
Okay,
All right. Next is Alpha Omega.
this is gonna be a good one. Oh God.
So originally we Nuketown we put in a C tier. I definitely think Alpha Omega is a step up from Nuketown. So like
Yes.
I definitely
Oh,
think it's better than a C tier at least.
I probably would put it in B tier at least. Honestly, I thought it
So
was how they had the premise and Ultimus crew that you
yeah,
could play.
that was
That was
really
cool.
cool. Cause it like
That,
mixed the characters too. You weren't just like one or the other. It was like a
that's
nice
true.
mix.
Yeah.
So
Yup.
you could be like Nikolai and Nikolai at the same time or something.
Yeah, or you could be like Takio and Takio at the same time. Like that was cool. Honestly.
It had 4 elemental ray guns too.
Yes.
So like this, like another theme where like it had 4 wonder weapons, each elemental, each player could get. I think the coolest thing is one of the ray guns you could dual wield. It was a ray gun Mark II that you could dual wield.
Yeah, that was sick.
I never got it, but I just see videos of it and it looks amazing.
Yeah, honestly.
And I mean, the thing is, they also extended it. It's not just Nuketown, but there's a lot more to it.
Or like, it's definitely a bigger map compared to just Nuketown Zombies.
Yeah, and it's got the underground too. Like,
Oh.
you know, I'm putting mine at A tier. I honestly liked it a lot.
I'm definitely gonna keep it at B tier.
All right, next up is Tag der Toten.
Tag der Toten.
So
man, we've only played that map. I want to say like once or twice, maybe.
yeah, but the thing is, it's really no different from Call of the Dead. But it,
No, I
this,
mean the only thing. I mean the biggest thing is
it doesn't have George.
No George.
Yeah.
And there's that huge ass factory that's like on
yeah, that like laboratory thing. Like,
yup.
it also has a lot of zip lines too, and like shit.
Yes.
It has the thunder gun. It has the Wunderwaffe, but it's like a weird. It's like a weird nerfed version. It's not as good as the original Wunderwaffe. It's a nerfed version.
And you
of
get
the
transit crew to play as. Like how much fun can that be? You know?
Yeah, and it's okay. It's a very good looking map. It has like orange and like a sunset. It's really cool.
Yeah. I don't think do they have the snow on that map? Because I don't know. If
no,
they
don't. That's the thing. They don't really have the snow on that map.
That's also another bonus, dude. Honestly, because that was really annoying playing and as Call the Dead, everything.
The weird thing to me is, as much as I think it has a lot of these improvements, I don't like. In my opinion, I don't know if it's as good as the original. Like it might be as the same tier. I don't know if it's better than the original. Like, would you say it's better than the original Call of Dead?
I think I put Call of the Dead. Yeah, I put Call of the Dead in A tier. I mean, just because the fact that I don't know much about the map, I probably would put it in B or C. Probably put it in C tier. Honestly.
All right. I'm gonna put mine in B tier probably.
Yeah.
Actually, fuck it. I'm gonna go A tier because I think Call of the Dead is an amazing map. It doesn't have George, which is a plus. You know, it has. It's again Black Ops 4 engine, which to me, like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I just don't like the Black Ops 4 engine. I don't like the way the perks work. That's just a personal choice.
I don't like the way the gobble gum. Dude.
Yeah, the gobble gum. Yeah, the elixirs.
Yup.
So you know what? Mine's going back to B tier. I don't know if I want to A. I'm gonna keep. I don't think it's as good as the A tier maps, but I think
it's definitely not as good as Call of the Dead. Like, I'm going to be honest right now.
So yeah, I think B tier is where it can sit at for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have 3 maps left, and they are all the Cold War maps. So I'm gonna start with Die Maschine. I'm putting that in A tier.
I believe it or not, man, I'm putting that in S tier. Honestly,
I mean, I don't think that's necessarily wrong. It's a very cool, fun map.
It's a basic map. I feel like
it is
it's
basic.
Probably one of the easiest maps to get pack on.
Like,
you literally just go through a teleporter, grab the part, come back, add the part, and you literally got pack. Like, it's that easy.
And I mean, like, you can exfil out of the map, which is something super unique to that map.
Yeah, well, that was the
Cold War
that introduced that.
Yeah. It's got knock to it, and it's like, but the thing about it is that I like is, even though it has knock to it, it's not really a focus of the map. You're in knocked for maybe like 10 seconds and then you're out.
Pretty much. I mean, it's really not like a necessity to be there.
Yeah, like compared to Revelations, where like every knocked is like the main part of the map. Transit knocked is like you never even go to it. It's like the perfect amount of knock during Toten.
Agreed.
You're there, honestly, but you don't even really notice it.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
The Wonder Weapon was awesome.
Agreed.
I mean, yeah, I think it's a very solid map. I don't really think there's anything. I can't think of anything in particular that's bad about it.
No, it's on, and it's an easy map too.
It
Like
is, yeah, it's
it's
a very
almost in a
easy
way,
map.
it's like Kino. You know,
No, I
it's like
totally
one of those kind
agree.
of maps.
Yeah, it's like one of those maps where it's easy, it's great to train, and it's just fun to get on and
Oh, it's an
play.
amazing map to train on. Literally, the spawning room is probably the best training spot. But
That's the thing
honestly,
about
also
these
the
maps,
park, which is
it's a
obvious
fun
too.
map to just get on and play.
It is, and it's a game. Yeah, it's definitely the map that you want to play. Just to like, even to like rank up guns and shit on too, and everything. Like it's perfect for that.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah, I honestly I agree. It's not much to say about it because it's just a solid map. Not a lot of bad about it.
yeah,
I don't think there's anything.
too. The big guy's not like terrible either, as
No,
long as.
no. Okay, next is Firebase Z. Like we played that map once, so I'm just gonna have to put it in C tier. It was a very cool map. It was definitely
Yeah,
interesting, but I
I
don't
was
know.
definitely getting some Ascension vibes from it, like big time.
Yeah.
I would go with B.
All right.
I'm putting B tier.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think it's like. I think it's a very
It's
mid tier map.
map. It's definitely a unique map. Is it the best though? Like, definitely not.
Yeah, it's not the best map, but it's definitely one you can play and enjoy.
Exactly.
Again, we don't have that much experience to it. Oh, you know what? I actually forgot Mauer der Toten, but we'll talk about that real quick. What did you think about Mauer der Toten?
Oh, that's right.
I totally forgot to add that map.
Honestly, I thought that too. I was definitely getting some Zombie Army Trilogy vibes on the street. You
Yeah,
know,
I really loved how that map
and
looks and feels. That's like that.
even the underground was cool. Honestly.
Yeah, you were kind of in like this train way. Like you could. I remember you got hit by the freaking train. Like we were like, "What the hell?"
Oh, that was, yeah. We were just like, what the fuck?
And the thing about Cold War maps, I feel like, are they're all kind of small and easy to play, which I like. And I mean, okay, the spawning room was crazy too. The zip line and shit from building to building.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I think I'd put Mauer or Toten in like B to A tier.
Yeah, honestly, I would put. You know what? Yeah, I would put it in A tier. Honestly,
All right, and then finally we have Forsaken, the last map that is out currently that we have played.
honestly, I think it's A tier worthy as well. I'm gonna be honest. To be honest, I think the dome was probably like being inside the dome was probably one of the coolest thing. Honestly, like it almost feels like you're in like a small city in like a big arena. Like it's really cool.
Yeah,
Honestly,
you know what? It
and
definitely is really cool.
the starting room is probably by far probably one of the things on that map. It almost literally feels like you're playing Moon, and it's in some sort of a way, I guess.
Yeah, you know what? I totally agree. It has a really cool feel to it. It has a really cool theme to it. Um,
Yup.
I put it in B tier. Um, but I totally can justify A tier. I don't know. It seems
Yeah.
like it seems like it's to me. It seems like finally a map that was worthy to be the last map. Like Revelations
Agreed.
wasn't, Beast from Beyond wasn't, Origins was definitely.
Yup.
I'm trying to think. You know, Infinite. Yeah, whatever. To me, it felt like a good ending. It felt like a good ending map.
Agreed.
I
Honestly,
think Mauer der Toten's better, so I think definitely Mauer der Toten would be an A, and Forsaken would be in B.
I could see that.
But
Honestly.
I mean, Forsaken just has a really cool vibe and theme to it. Like, there's no getting around how cool that is.
Oh, it's sick, dude. Like honestly, and the fact that apparently the Easter egg is probably like one of the easiest ones, but
I
we
mean,
still haven't done it. We
well, the
were we
thing
were
is,
about to do it.
that was like our first time playing the map legitly, and we were like almost halfway through, first time ever.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
like, if we literally just kept playing it, we probably would have been able to do it ourselves.
Oh, easily. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's it. So let's real quick before we're done, we're gonna compare our two. So Andre, hold on. This one is yours. Is there any final minute changes
Actually,
you
wait,
want to
isn't the
make?
other one mine?
No, I accidentally switched them by accident, but I'll there.
Okay.
Yeah, this one is yours because you had way more A. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So this one's yours. Is there any final minutes you want to final in these any final maps you want to change?
Honestly, nah. I'd say they definitely stand by.
All right, and then here's mine. What? All right. What do you not agree with on mine? Is there anything you disagree with or think that needs to be changed?
Honestly, I mean, I think I know that you put Blood of the Dead lower than what I put. I mean, honestly, from what I've heard, it's one of the most. I feel like it's probably like the Easter egg wise. It's probably. I mean, I know it's like super hard and everything,
The Easter
but
egg
like,
cutscene was awesome. I'll admit that.
yeah, that's yeah.
You know,
I think that's what.
I could agree. I might be able to. I put Blood of the Dead at A. Like
Yeah,
I'll move that up for you, Andre. I'll move Blood of the Dead up for A for you.
yeah.
Um. All right. So one last thing before we go. What I want to do is you have to pick one map that you wish never existed. Now,
One map.
now listen, right? This doesn't mean it's the worst map. Like to me, Revelations isn't the worst map, right? But
Yeah.
I really wish they just picked a different map to end it on. I really wish they did something
You know what?
cooler with it.
Honestly, I would agree with that.
But
Or
but like same thing with Tag.
yep.
Um, same thing with Beast from Beyond. Like there's a lot of options here. So like Zetsubo and Oshima, like to me, like if they did something different with Zetsubo and Oshima, like Black Ops 3
I
could have
mean,
been the
it was
best one
supposed to be
ever.
like the darkest map of all time, like from what people were saying, but it really was not.
Yeah, I know. So you know what? There's a lot of options here, but you have to choose one that you wish never existed. And I'm excluding transit. I'm excluding transit.
I would have to say Zatsubo, honestly.
All right, so all right, we're moving that one to the shadow realm for you. Oh, that's me. All right, so all right, so the question is, Zetsubo doesn't exist. What would you put in its place?
A darker map, to say the least, honestly.
Alrighty, fair enough.
Yeah. Something that's like actually like dark, scary, creepy, actually a good wonder weapon, a good Easter egg, honestly. Yeah. But I would definitely keep the theme, like the jungle theme, kinda.
Yeah, I totally
Yeah.
agree. Yeah, maybe just like make it a yeah, keep a jungle theme. Maybe even keep it Japanese too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I'm currently split on the Beast from Beyond and believe it or not, Nuketown. Not Alpha Omega or Nuketown.
Just Nuketown Zombies, like from BO2.
Yeah, because you know what? The two maps that came out in Black Ops 2 were Nuketown and Transit. And I feel like if instead of making Nuketown, if they made something else, that would have been
Yeah.
so cool. So I'm gonna put Nuketown in the Shadow Realm. And I personally wish they made a firing range.
Okay, that would actually like fucking stick if they actually did that.
Because I remember when I was younger, I watched a YouTube video and there's all these like Easter eggs from zombies on firing range, and I'm surprised they've never made a firing range zombies map. I
That
really
is
think they should be.
that is very true though, honestly though, which is insane. Honestly.
I mean, I'm also gonna put. I know I said only one, but I'm putting Beasts from Beyond in the Shadow Realm. I think Infinite Warfare Zombies is such a good experience, but it gets such a bad rap because of Beast from Beyond. If they made any map better than Beast from Beyond, you know, especially because
I'm
it didn't
always
even fit with the
tempted to play
theme.
it, honestly. Just to
We will buy it and play it. But the thing is, each map didn't even fit with each map was supposed to be a movie from a different era. But the Beast from Beyond didn't even feel like it didn't even fit the theme. It wasn't a movie. It wasn't like
no.
based from a certain era. It made no sense. I wish they did like what if they did like a movie from like I don't know. I'm trying to think of like I don't know. Like the zombies in Spaceland was like the '60s. You know, like what if they did something like from the 1920s? You know, or like I
That
know they
would
did World War One,
epic.
so they could either do like you know that like 1920s, or like I think would be really cool if they did something like during like the Great Depression too.
That would be cool. Although Shadows of Evil kind of like that. I feel
That
like in
is
a way.
true. Yeah, no, that is totally true. But I mean, it'd still be way better than the Beast from Beyond.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, if they wanted to do something futuristic too, then they should have done. I don't know. They should have done something way like let's say even they're keeping space from the Beast from Beyond. They should have done something more like the movie from Aliens. Remember that? You know, like that would have
Yeah.
been so much cooler if they did that than just make an Extinction remake, pretty much. So those
Oh
are the two
yeah.
I'm putting into Shadow Realm.
Oh yeah.
All right, I think these tier lists are pretty solid.
Honestly, I would agree.
All righty, are we getting on Xbox now, or are we you done for the night?
Yeah. Yeah, we could do that for a little bit.
All right, all righty. I say we get Beast. I say we either get Beast from Beyond, Shaolin Shuffle, or we get a World War II map.
Ooh, I'm so down for that.
All right, I'm gonna end the stream, and this video will be up on YouTube, so
All right.
everyone will know what our tier lists are. And you know, before we go, please leave in the comments like what you think about our tier list. Please leave your favorite maps, your least favorite maps, and like just you know, let's talk about it. Like it's just a fun discussion to talk about, you know.
It is, honestly.
And if there's any other tier lists you want us to do in the future, let us know because we'll do whatever. We'll do any other tier list.
Exactly. We will.
All right. This is.
Don't forget to wear your Skechers, guys.
Don't forget to wear your Skechers though.
The years are coming, they don't stop coming. Better the rules of it, they are running. It makes sense not to live or your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see, so much wrong with taking the bathroom. You'll never know if you don't go. You'll never try if you don't want.